potentially increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay, get your GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for.
Thank you for making us part of your life all year long. And as we wrap up the year, we wish you a happy holiday season. For Newsradio KONP, Port Angeles, Squim, a Radio Pacific station.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Pete Hegseth briefing lawmakers today behind closed doors about the September 2nd military strikes on an alleged drug boat in the Caribbean. Those follow-up strikes killing 2 survivors. Hegseth now says he will not release the full video. It comes as the Pentagon confirmed the U.S. carried out 3 new deadly strikes. Here's ABC's Jay O'Brien.
The Pentagon releasing new video overnight showing that it hit 3 more, killing at least 8 people in the Eastern Pacific. That brings the total number of these strikes since September to at least 25. The Trump administration saying that these are strikes on what they allege to be drug smuggling vessels. At least 95 people killed so far. But the administration has never publicly provided evidence that these boats are smuggling drugs, and they have never publicly identified any of the people killed in these strikes.
The White House is pushing back on a Vanity Fair interview with Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, now calling the interview a hit job after Wiles spoke candidly about cabinet members and President Trump. Here's ABC News political director Avery Harper.
Susie Wiles has been really open about the fact that she had an alcoholic parent and that she had to stage interventions. And so when she talks about the president having a so-called alcoholic personality, she's not saying that literally. We know that the president famously does not drink, but I do think that she's talking about temperament here. She's talking about impulsivity on the part of the president, his erratic nature that I think most Americans have become familiar with, and the idea that he doesn't believe that normal limits apply to him.
Los Angeles prosecutors are weighing charges against Nick Reiner, who was booked on suspicion of murder for the deaths of his parents, director Rob Reiner and Michelle Singer, on Sunday. In Rhode Island, the manhunt continues for the suspect in the mass shooting at Brown University. 2 students were killed, 9 others injured. You're listening to ABC News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-970-3355. That's 800-970-3355. 800-970-3355.
The first hearing held today in a lawsuit seeking to block construction of the new White House ballroom.
The National Trust for Historic Preservation argues that no president should be able to tear down parts of the White House or build additions without expert review, public comment, and approval from Congress. In its filings, the administration insists the president has the legal authority to construct the ballroom, and with the plan still not final, the White House says it will seek the input of planners before above-ground construction starts in April. The court papers also have the Secret Service warning of potential harm to national security if the project is halted.
ABC's Stephen Portnoy. A nativity scene in suburban Chicago is attracting attention and vandals updated to reflect the current times.
The outdoor nativity scene at Lake Street Church in Evanston, Illinois, featured Mary and Joseph in gas masks, the baby Jesus in zip ties, and Roman centurions dressed in ice vests. Church leaders saying it was meant to draw parallels to the recent immigration crackdown in Chicago, and saying they weren't surprised when vandals smashed Mary, toppled Joseph, and took the zip ties off Jesus. Now all that remains are the centurions and Jesus back in his zip ties with a sign that reads, "What happened to Mary? She was beaten and dragged away in front of her son." Sherry Preston, ABC News.
2 reports today paint a mixed economic picture. The latest jobs report combined 2 straight months of data due to the government shutdown, showing 64,000 jobs added last month, but Americans are still spending. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
This is the Newsradio KONP Noon Report.
Todd Ortloff in the KONP News Center. Here's a look at what's happening on this Tuesday, December 16th. Clallam County Health and Human Services issuing a no-contact advisory for Port Angeles Harbor through December 18th. That after about 3,000 gallons of wastewater spilled into the harbor. The discharge of untreated or partially treated wastewater occurred about 11:45 December 15th at the city's outfall number 2 spot. That according to city officials. Such bypasses, also called combined sewer overflows, can result from heavy rain, equipment failures, or maintenance work. The public now advised to avoid swimming, wading, or any activity that could allow water to enter their mouth, nose, or eyes. Skin contact should also be avoided for the next 2 days. Shellfish harvesting is not expected to be affected. City residents in Port Angeles will see higher utility bills in the coming year, with the average ratepayer facing an increase of about $32 a month, according to city officials. Several rate changes will roll out in stages. Starting January 1st, the monthly Medic 1 fee will increase from $12.37 to $14.65, a little more than a $2 hike. Curbside solid waste collection will also rise, going from $43.37 to $49.64, an increase of just over $6. Then on February 1st, disposal costs at the regional and Blue Mountain transfer stations will go up by $14 and $16 per ton, respectively. City officials say electric rate increases will be delayed until June, trying to avoid hitting customers all at once. But at that point, the electric base rate will rise from $34.41 to $41.97. That's about a $7.50 monthly increase. The electric consumption rate will also go up from 6.1 cents to 6.7 cents per kilowatt hour. A U.S. Coast Guard cutter based in Port Angeles being credited with helping intercept the major shipment of illegal drugs headed to the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Active offloaded some 27,000 pounds of cocaine in San Diego yesterday. It had an estimated street value of $204 million. The haul followed 3 drug seizures in international waters off the coasts of Mexico, Central America, and South America. 2 of the interdictions were made by the crew of the Active, the third conducted by the Coast Guard cutter Monroe. Officials say the missions were all part of Operation Pacific Viper, a surge effort targeting transnational criminal networks and aiming to curb drug trafficking, including synthetic drugs like fentanyl as well as that cocaine. The PA-based cutter routinely patrols the Eastern Pacific, supporting counter-narcotics, search and rescue, and homeland defense missions. Clallam County seeking up to $50,000 in state grant funding to help preserve and improve the Port Crescent Pioneer Cemetery, an historic burial ground that includes military veterans and early settlers. If awarded, the funding would support several capital improvements there. The cemetery operated by the Port Crescent Pioneer Cemetery District, which has limited maintenance funding. Proposed projects include replacing or refurbishing the cemetery's interpretive sign, upgrading the flagpole with compliant illumination, and potential improvements to the perimeter fence and the gates. The application also outlines possible refurbishment of headstones there, soil grading, and replacing some of the trees. At a work session this week, County Administrator Todd Milkey says this grant represents a different kind of opportunity to support the cemetery district's efforts.
I think this is a great opportunity for us to be able to assist. We need to be cognizant. There's a lot of other separate governmental entities that have come to us and just said, well, because we have Clallam County in our name, the county aren't going to write us a check. We don't have the ability just to open the checkbook and support other governmental entities. That being said, I think this is a great opportunity, though, where we can lend some of our expertise. We deal with grant writing, but I think this is a great opportunity for us to assist to the extent that our resources allow us.
The grant would be reimbursable. It does not require a local match. If approved, Clallam County's Parks, Fair, and Facilities Department would help manage the grant on behalf of the cemetery district. More news after this.
North Olympic Peninsula, are you ready to party into 2026? Black Diamond Junction is live this New Year's Eve at the Eagles Club in Port Angeles, and you're invited. Doors open at 5:30. The band turns it loose at 9. Your night includes dinner, dessert, dancing, and champagne, all for just $60 a person or $110 per couple. The event is open to the public, but you got to get a ticket. They won't last. Call now, 360-452-3344. 360-452-3344.
It's time for your monthly Market Minute with critical insights from local real estate pro May Graves.
Ready to buy a home? Whether it's your first home or it's been 30 years since you shopped for a home, the rules have changed. Here's all you need to know. Step 1, Google best real estate agent or top realtor in your town. Read the reviews and find an agent who matches your style and work ethic. Step 2, call that agent and ask for their trusted lender recommendation. I typically recommend a mortgage broker since brokers will compare all the rates for you and find the best lending options and guide you through the process of pre-approval. Step 3, get out and see some homes. But wait, if you've got a home to sell first, don't stress. There are many options to help you buy before you sell without liquidating your investments. The key to a great home buying experience? Start with a great agent. This is May Graves, Sequim and Port Angeles Realtor, ranked in the top 1% of agents in the state of Washington for 2024 by Real Trends Verified.
In other news, all campgrounds inside Olympic National Park are closed as another atmospheric river moves into western Washington. Park spokesperson Molly Pittman says flooding during the last major storm covered sections of the North Shore Quinault Road near Big Creek and the Howe Road near the entrance station. The North Fork Quinault Road remains closed until water recedes and repairs can be made. While the Howe Road is mostly clear, the Howe area of the park will remain closed while crews complete cleanup work and assess road and culvert damage. Meantime, a 250-foot landslide has buried the Spruce Railroad Trail. That area remains an active slide zone, and cleanup will not start until conditions stabilize. Meanwhile, Olympic National Forest officials say damage assessments will begin once it's safe to do so, but they're cautioning additional rain this week may make things worse. Forest officials warn that Olympic Peninsula's steep terrain and fragile soils make the area especially vulnerable to debris flows, washouts, and downed trees, especially near recent burn scars. Closures are still in effect in parts of those burned areas at Bear Gulch and Tunnel Creek. Well, the Pacific Northwest is forecast to be the wettest place on Earth outside the tropics this week, according to meteorologists. An expansive atmospheric river is drenching the region yet again. Through midweek, lowland areas could see up to 3 inches of new rain, while mountain regions could get up to 7 inches before some snow arrives there. Rain is expected to ease into scattered showers, but bursts of heavy rain and isolated thunderstorms still possible the next couple of days. And wind is emerging as a big threat. A wind advisory is in effect until tomorrow morning. Look for gusts out of the east, then switching to the west, hitting 45 miles per hour inland and over 50 miles per hour along the coast. With saturated ground and those strong winds, the risk of downed trees and power outages is high. Isolated outages are expected throughout this week in western Washington. And the U.S. Geological Survey and State Department of Natural Resources are warning of an elevated risk of landslides across all of western Washington. USGS data shows saturated soils and high groundwater levels, conditions linked to past landslides now. And significant erosion has already occurred. A major landslide near milepost 36 on I-90 forced the closure of 2 eastbound lanes there. Geologists are monitoring several areas, including the entire I-5 corridor and in Skagit County. The state also warned that heavy winds could topple trees and destabilize already soaked hillsides. This is Newsradio KONP.
End-of-life decisions are hard. Be it pre-planning or sudden loss, you need to have an advocate in your corner, which is why I wholeheartedly recommend Drennan and Ford Funeral Home and Crematory in Port Angeles, the only locally owned funeral home and crematory in Clallam County. Their expertise ensures a smooth process so you can focus on healing and being with your loved ones. Their help through the darkest time in my life will forever stay with me. Call 360-457-1210.
Hey there, Don Riling with Olympic Hot Tub. This holiday, treat yourself to the best present of all, a hot tub from Olympic. Through Christmas Eve, our Santa Loves a Smart Top event will save you up to $4,800 on your new tub and include an amazing smart top for free. This awesome hardcover handles Northwest weather, locks in heat, and looks fantastic. Santa loves a smart top, and so will you. It's the perfect gift to put under the tree. Details at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast, brought to you by All Weather Heating and Cooling. A high wind warning begins at 4 p.m. this afternoon and remains in effect until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Heavy rain, likely, and fog at times this afternoon. Otherwise, cloudy skies expected. High temperatures reach up to 52, winds out of the east, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Heavy rain, likely, with fog in spots early tonight. Lows dip down to about 39, overcast skies. Rain likely tomorrow. Daytime highs approaching 47, cloudy skies. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently 46.
Staying atop the AFC North. Good morning, I'm Jay Reynolds. Chilly night in Pittsburgh for Monday Night Football, but the Steelers offense got a hot stretch, scoring touchdowns on 4 consecutive possessions en route to a 28-15 win over the Dolphins. That's 23 consecutive home wins on Monday Night Football, their last loss coming in 1991. They maintain a 1-game lead over the Ravens in the division. The Dolphins, meanwhile, eliminated from playoff contention with the loss. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
It is tough. We got to play better ball if we want to win games against good teams. And, it's disappointing we didn't get the outcome we wanted to and everything that goes on with the playoffs. But when you start the season the way we did, we made it hard on ourselves.
Temperature at kickoff was 17 degrees. Dolphins have now lost 14 straight when the game time temperature is 40 or below. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes has had surgery for his torn ACL. The team says he starts rehab. Packers confirm Micah Parsons does indeed have a torn ACL. Washington is shutting down Jaden Daniels for the rest of the season. Phillip Rivers keeps the starting job with the Colts despite the loss in Seattle. NBA, Ja Morant leaves after rolling his ankle, but the Grizzlies beat the Clippers by 18. Nuggets get another triple-double from Nikola Jokic in their overtime win over the Rockets. Cooper Flagg, 42 points, but the Mavs lose in overtime to the Jazz. Pistons rally from down a dozen to beat the Celtics 102-105. Raptors snap a 4-game slide with a 106-96 win over the Heat. Tonight, Knicks-Spurs championship matchup for the NBA Cup. On the ice, Panthers 5-2 over the Lightning. Sam Reinhart with a shorthanded goal and a power play goal. Ducks get past the Rangers 4-1. Stars 4-1 over the Kings. Philip Forsberg with a hat trick. Predators top the Blues 5-2. Senators beat the Jets. Brady Tkachuk with the overtime game winner. College football, Texas quarterback Arch Manning will return next year.
In local sports and high school bowling action, Port Angeles knocked off Squim 6-1, winning on total pin count 1,466 to 1,037. Zoe Van Gordon led all bowlers with single game highs of 195 and 197, finishing with a 392 two-game total. Kennedy Ring rolled a 310, Izzy Spencer added a 276, Brooklyn McKnight bowled a 255, and Lucy Townsend finished with a 235. Squim was led by Telly Woods, who bowled a 234. In high school basketball tonight, the Olympic League landscape has changed dramatically. For several years, the North Kitsap-Port Angeles boys matchup meant top-ranked teams, state-recognized coaches, and a packed Rough Rider gym. Not so much the case now. North Kitsap has fallen sharply from where it was just 2 years ago. The Vikings are 1-4 now with blowout losses to Burlington Edison 72-27, Gig Harbor 79-13, and Fife 71-28. They're losing by an average of 34 points per game. Former Viking head coach Scott Herness is now leading a talented Bainbridge squad, while former Rough Rider head coach Casey Ullin is coaching his daughter's 5th grade team to a state tournament. As expected, it's shaping up to be a 2-horse race now between Bremerton and Bainbridge, with North Kitsap, Kingston, and North Mason battling to stay out of the league basement. North Kitsap tips off tonight at Port Angeles at 7 o'clock. In girls action, the Rough Riders travel to North Kitsap to face a struggling Viking team there. North Kitsap is 0-3 with losses to Mount Vernon 51-30, Olympic 49-39, and Kingston 43-41. Again, there it looks like a 2-team race between Port Angeles and Bainbridge. Although the Spartans appear to have reloaded after graduating 4 seniors, Bainbridge has been impressive with blowout wins over Central Kitsap, South Kitsap, and Squim. The Rough Riders tip off at North K tonight, 7 o'clock, and you can hear that game broadcast right here on KONP. We'll take the air at 6:45. Ole Archibald and Dustin Clark will have the call for us.
A pepperoni pizza for the table.
Thank you.
May I suggest trying it with our Pepsi Zero Sugar? It has just the right amount of sweetness to complement all that cheesy, saucy goodness, while the carbonation and notes of citrus enhance the flavor profile. Simply divine.
Pepsi Zero Sugar? You've really outdone yourself this time.
Pizza?
deserves Pepsi.
Santa's elves aren't the only ones bringing the deals. Dungeness Kids Company is rolling out a brand new Christmas countdown sale every single week, packed with gifts kids actually want. This week, get 20% off the cutest rain jackets and boots, calico critter toys, and ta-da! It's our stocking stuffer sale, so anything that fits in our little goodie bag is 20% off. Hurry in before the week's deal disappears. Dungeness Kids Company, your holiday headquarters on Washington Street in downtown Square.
Newsradio KONP Business.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. On Wall Street, stocks are under some serious pressure after a report showed a weakening job market, but not one that's weakening convincingly enough to trigger more interest rate cuts from the Federal Reserve. Michaels is crafting a post-tariff success, posting 40% earnings growth in an epic comeback from tariff pain. Earnings at the DIY arts and crafts supply store surging by more than 40% in the latest quarter. Amazon says Instagram is getting a TV app for watching Reels on the big screen, and this will be exclusively on Amazon's Fire TV platform for now. And remember how Oscar Mayer was looking for people to drive those Wienermobiles around the country for PR, take them on tour? Well, if you missed your chance at applying for that job, now Planters is looking for people to drive their Nutmobile, taking applications starting today. To drive the 26-foot-long Nutmobile around the country, the salary job includes full benefits plus a travel and meal stipend. Denise Pellegrini, Bloomberg Radio.
Sensitive to dust, mold, or allergens? You can breathe easier at McCrory Carpet One thanks to their Healthier Living installation system that features cleaner installation practices. Their HEPA vacuum system removes the old dust, and a Heathinex antimicrobial treatment is used before they install your new floor. If it's new carpeting in your home, they include their hypoallergenic premium cushion that inhibits the growth of mold and mildew. Best of all, there's no extra charge for this healthier install, only at McCrory Carpet One.
Still gifting, prepping, and upgrading? The end-of-year savings event at Leeds Farm Supply and Equipment Sales in Sequim has you covered. Fashion finds include 40% off Montana West purses and buy one, get one 50% off all Montana Silversmith jewelry. Farm favorites like tractor implements 10 to 15% off, chicken coops 25% off, and grub boots are buy one, get one free. Plus pellets, feeds, and toys all deeply discounted. Ring in the new year with smart savings at Leeds Farm Supply and Equipment Sales.
Newsradio KONP, traffic and roads.
Right, let's head up to Clallam Transit Dispatch Center. That's where Jarrett's standing by watching the noontime traffic and road conditions for us. Good afternoon, Jarrett.
Good afternoon. Yeah, I'm taking a look in downtown Port Angeles. Looks like first and front, a little bit of slowing down near Race Street on both of those between Race and Lincoln. Other than that, not too bad. Some slowdowns also near Chambers on First. 8th Street, a little bit of stop-and-go traffic east of Lincoln Street all the way to Albert, and then some heavier traffic heading out towards Lauridsen off of Lincoln as well. Between the construction zones near Delguzzi, a little bit slowing down Monroe, and then that continues all the way out to Colonel's Way between Sequim and Port Angeles. Nothing too bad there, and we do have some pretty heavy traffic now on Washington Street. Some stop and go there. Taking a look at the Hood Canal Bridge, it is currently open to traffic. And for ferry information, please go to WSDOT for live information. This is Jared with Clallam Transit for KONP.
Thank you, Jarrett. And good news. Back to 2 boats on the Seattle Bainbridge run. It was down to 1 boat most of the morning today, but the Wenatchee is back in service now, so their delays are not happening on that run. Everything else is running well on the ferries, too, as I take a look at the latest map there. Your weather forecast, high wind warning in effect late tonight mainly, but it goes into place at 7 tonight, goes till 6 tomorrow morning. Look for steady rain through the afternoon today, lows in the low to mid 50s, and then winds east to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, windy and unsettled, rain continuing, maybe mixed with a few snowflakes towards tomorrow morning. No accumulation, though. Lows in the mid 30s to low 40s, and those winds are going to ramp up, gusting to near 50 miles per hour in the overnight hours tonight. Still windy into Wednesday morning with some snow mixed in at times. Again, no accumulation. Highs will get into the 40s, and those winds will ease as we head through the day on Wednesday, but the rain will linger. Currently, Port Port Townsend checking in at 48 degrees. It's 47 in Sequim, and out at Fairchild Airport here in Port Angeles, it's now 46 degrees.
From ABC News Tech Trends, iRobot, the company that's made the Roomba robotic vacuum cleaner since 2002, has filed for bankruptcy.
This was not unexpected. The company had issued several warnings over the last few months that it was struggling with making ends meet.
Jennifer Pattinson Toohey covers smart home tech for The Verge. She says iRobot's struggles began in 2022 when Amazon tried to buy the company for $1.7 billion.
Lot of concern around competition, antitrust concern around Amazon owning what was had the largest market share of robot vacuums in the US.
That deal was eventually called off in 2024. Now, iRobot is being acquired by its contract manufacturing company, which means
if you are worried about your Roomba not working, as of right now, that shouldn't be a concern. The company is going to continue to operate as normal for the foreseeable future.
With Tech Trends, I'm Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
A better life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
Gotta tell you something. I've become really fascinated with the brains of superagers. These are people who are 80 or older, but have brains that function like they're in their 50s or 60s. Yes, some of this is absolutely from hitting the genetic lottery, but there's also a lot that we're learning about the lifestyle factors that really up the chances someone is going to stay cognitively sharp as they get older. We spoke with researchers at Northwestern's Super Aging program who told us one key trait of superagers is that they seem to be highly social people. They value connection and are often active in their communities. Another common thread, she said, is a sense of autonomy, freedom, and independence. Basically, they are living the life they want to live. If you want to keep sharp, work to maintain good friendships, and make sure your life has a sense of purpose. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
Sniffles and sneezes got you down? GoodRx is here to help with big savings on commonly prescribed cold and flu meds. GoodRx is free and easy to use. GoodRx is accepted at all major pharmacies like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens. Just search your prescription, find a coupon, then show your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx is not insurance, but it works whether you have insurance or not. If you do, GoodRx may beat your copay price. Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com to save today.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Hello, I'm Jerry Stewart, and this is One Moment in America. When did Christmas become a formal national holiday in America, and who made it happen? I'll tell you that story after this important message. Are you looking for something different to get your children, your grandchildren, or family members for Christmas this year? How about a subscription to our website where they will get so many great stories of our history that are written in audio and video? And the subscription is for the whole family, not just per person. So a family with several children can have all of the opportunity to learn more about our American history together. And we need that. So go to www.jerrystewartusa.com and sign up now for the best Patriot gift that you can give this year. It's up to us to make sure the next generation understands where we have come from and be the next leaders to stand up and keep our nation free. For more information or to get your own Patriot sign-up gift now, go to www.jerrystewartusa.com or call our order number now at 817-995-4607. In the late 1850s, one man was very down on his luck. He had lost his job, he had turned to drinking, and he was broke. So broke, he had to sell his pocket watch at Christmas to buy his children Christmas presents. But years later, he would be restored as a soldier. He became a great military leader and helped America win a crucial war to save our Union. And then he became president of our United States. And in 1870, as our president, he signed into law the Congressional Act making Christmas a formal U.S. holiday. Who was this man who went from rags to riches? Ulysses S. Grant. I'm Jerry Stewart, and that was One Moment in America.
Century 21 Real Estate Center has been serving the Pacific Northwest since 1984. Today, we're proud to bring that experience to families right here on the peninsula.
I'm Patty Morris, and I love serving the people of the Olympic Peninsula. It's not just about real estate, it's about community.
Call 452-1210 to start your next chapter. Century 21 Real Estate Center, where neighbors become clients and clients become friends.
Dear Santa, I hope you are having a good day in the North Pole. Is it cold all the time there? Is that why your cheeks are so rosy? I bet all of your reindeer are very excited.
All right, guys.
Is your beard long? My dad's is scratchy. My mom says I'm a good helper. But you didn't come last year. Was my chimney broken? Or did you forget? I do that sometimes. I just really hope this year when I wake up, I'm gonna see that you came to my house too. Wow.
Donate to Toys for Tots and help the Marines deliver hope to a child in need.
Breaking news at Town Hall. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. The U.S. Senate advanced the annual defense policy bill on an overwhelmingly bipartisan vote on Monday. That tees up final passage later this week. Here's correspondent Bernie Bennett.
The National Defense Authorization Act, or NDAA, of 2026 is one of the must-pass legislative packages that Congress deals with on an annual basis, and it unlocked billions of dollars in funding for the Pentagon and several other defense-related items. Lawmakers pushed the colossal authorization package through a key procedural hurdle on a 76-20 vote. Senators will get their chance to tweak the package with several amendment votes in the coming days. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
About a dozen GOP lawmakers in competitive districts say they're upset with Speaker Mike Johnson for announcing that the House will not be voting on a measure that would extend those Obamacare enhanced subsidies that expire in 2 weeks.
We looked for a way to try to allow for that pressure release valve, and it just was not to be. We worked on it all the way through the weekend, in fact, and in the end, there was not an agreement, wasn't made. Now, everybody was at the table in good faith. And I certainly appreciate the views and the opinions of every member of this conference.
Those subsidies were set to expire and still are at the end of the year. President Trump set to give an address to the nation live from the White House tomorrow night. He wrote on X he looks forward to addressing the country, and he says that it has been a great year and that the best is yet to come. Federal court hearing takes place today on the president's plans to renovate the ballroom.
Today's hearing comes after the National Trust for Historic Preservation filed a lawsuit last week accusing the Trump administration of illegally tearing down the White House East Wing. The group is seeking a temporary restraining order to halt construction while its case proceeds, arguing that the project has already caused irreversible damage.
That is White House correspondent Greg Cluxton reporting. Slow going today on Wall Street. The Dow is off 339 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
So Pure Talk just had their best year ever and asked me if I'd like to thank their customers on their behalf for being so awesome. I said sure. It's important to say thanks, especially this time of year, which is why, as one of their many satisfied customers, I should probably thank Pure Talk first for keeping their customer service in this country and for providing hundreds of American jobs. I appreciate that. I also appreciate their Roundup program, which makes it easy to support America's Warrior Partnership and join the fight against veteran suicide. And I love that Pure Talk donated 1,000 hand-sewn Made in America flags to veterans around Independence Day. And of course, I really appreciate their generous support of my own foundation, MicroWorks, and their commitment to help us train the next generation of skilled workers. Having said all that, it's now my pleasure, on behalf of everyone at Pure Talk, to thank you sincerely for choosing to do business with an American wireless company that actually stands for something. And one more thing. Merry Christmas.
A judge in Wisconsin on trial for allegedly obstructing immigration agents.
Protesters gathered in Milwaukee, Wisconsin Monday at the start of an unusual jury trial. Milwaukee County Circuit Judge Hannah Dugan is accused of trying to help an undocumented immigrant evade arrest by federal agents. The man involved, Eduardo Flores Ruiz, reported for a hearing on charges of battery with a domestic abuse modifier.
That is Jennifer King reporting. Authorities in Providence, Rhode Island continue their search for a man who walked into Brown University's campus and opened fire.
Additional police have been sent to Providence schools to reassure worried parents that their kids will be safe with the Brown University shooter on the loose, and no indication yet that investigators have zeroed in on a specific suspect in the weekend attack. Authorities released several new videos of the man suspected in the mass shooting inside of a Brown classroom, which killed 2 students and wounded 9 others.
That is correspondent Haya Panjawi reporting. You'll find breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. Ford is now pivoting away from its once ambitious electric vehicle plans.
The decision comes amid financial losses and waning consumer demand for the vehicles. Instead, it'll invest in more efficient gasoline engines and hybrid EVs. The Detroit automaker, which has poured billions of dollars into electrification along with most of its industry peers, said it will no longer make the F-150 Lightning electric pickup truck, instead opting for an extended range version of the vehicle. Keith Peters, Washington.
October retail spending was unchanged, signaling a pause after summer gains, and auto dealer sales fell by 1.6%, as though those electric vehicle incentives came to an end. Overall, sales rose 0.4% outside the auto sector. The figures, those reports, were delayed by the government shutdown earlier this year. You'll find more on these stories at townhall.com.
This is the Newsradio KONP Noon Report.
Todd Ortloff in the KONP News Center. Here's a look at what's happening on this Tuesday, December 16th. Clallam County Health and Human Services issuing a no-contact advisory for Port Angeles Harbor through December 18th. That after about 3,000 gallons of wastewater spilled into the harbor. The discharge of untreated or partially treated wastewater occurred about 11:45 December 15th at the city's outfall number 2 spot. That according to city officials. Such bypasses, also called combined sewer overflows, can result from heavy rain, equipment failures, or maintenance work. The public now advised to avoid swimming, wading, or any activity that could allow water to enter their mouth, nose, or eyes. Skin contact should also be avoided for the next 2 days. Shellfish harvesting is not expected to be affected. City residents in Port Angeles will see higher utility bills in the coming year, with the average ratepayer facing an increase of about $32 a month, according to city officials. Several rate changes will roll out in stages. Starting January 1st, the monthly Medic 1 fee will increase from $12.37 to $14.65, a little more than a $2 hike. Curbside solid waste collection will also rise, going from $43.37 to $49.64, an increase of just over $6. Then on February 1st, disposal costs at the regional and Blue Mountain transfer stations will go up by $14 and $16 per ton, respectively. City officials say electric rate increases will be delayed until June, trying to avoid hitting customers all at once. But at that point, the electric base rate will rise from $34.41 to $41.97. That's about a $7.50 monthly increase. The electric consumption rate will also go up from 6.1 cents to 6.7 cents per kilowatt hour. A U.S. Coast Guard cutter based in Port Angeles being credited with helping intercept the major shipment of illegal drugs headed to the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Active offloaded some 27,000 pounds of cocaine in San Diego yesterday. It had an estimated street value of $204 million. The haul followed 3 drug seizures in international waters off the coasts of Mexico, Central America, and South America. 2 of the interdictions were made by the crew of the Active, the third conducted by the Coast Guard cutter Monroe. Officials say the missions were all part of Operation Pacific Viper, a surge effort targeting transnational criminal networks and aiming to curb drug trafficking, including synthetic drugs like fentanyl as well as that cocaine. The PA-based cutter routinely patrols the Eastern Pacific, supporting counter-narcotics, search and rescue, and homeland defense missions. Clallam County seeking up to $50,000 in state grant funding to help preserve and improve the Port Crescent Pioneer Cemetery, an historic burial ground that includes military veterans and early settlers. If awarded, the funding would support several capital improvements there. The cemetery operated by the Port Crescent Pioneer Cemetery District, which has limited maintenance funding. Proposed projects include replacing or refurbishing the cemetery's interpretive sign, upgrading the flagpole with compliant illumination, and potential improvements to the perimeter fence and the gates. The application also outlines possible refurbishment of headstones there, soil grading, and replacing some of the trees. At a work session this week, County Administrator Todd Mielke says this grant represents a different kind of opportunity to support the cemetery district's efforts.
I think this is a great opportunity for us to be able to assist. We need to be cognizant. There's a lot of other separate governmental entities that have come to us and just said, well, because we have Clallam County in our name, the county aren't going to write us a check. We don't have the ability just to open the checkbook and support other governmental entities. That being said, I think this is a great opportunity, though, where we can lend some of our expertise. We deal with grant writing, but I think this is a great opportunity for us to assist to the extent that our resources allow us.
The grant would be reimbursable. It does not require a local match. If approved, Clallam County's Parks, Fair, and Facilities Department would help manage the grant on behalf of the cemetery district. More news after this.
You know what you can't do when you shop online? Touch. Feel, try. But here in Sequim, our local shops are packed with gifts for everyone on your list, with no shipping delays or wrong porch deliveries. Support local and shop Sequim, because the best gifts come from our local shops right down the street.
Visit Solar City's Boutique and Retreat, Sequim's fashion and tanning headquarters. Solar City offers apparel, footwear, accessories, and tanning beds to give you that sun-kissed glow, even in the winter.
We Do Fudge offers drive-through gift boxes of fudge for just $13 each, or 2 for $25, or Cashew Delight, available in 1-pound gift boxes for $25 each.
Satisfy everyone's gift wish win by shopping local in downtown Spin. Satisfy everyone's gift wish win by shopping local in downtown Squin.
Hi, this is Clallam PUD. If you're always on the go, you'll love our Smart Hub mobile app. You can pay your bill, report outages or other problems, and unlock new ways to save energy through monitoring your usage history, all from your phone. It's more than an app. It's a key to saving time and money. Innovation in your pocket, that's power. Download the app from our website at clallampud.net. Clallam PUD, bringing energy to life.
In other news, all campgrounds inside Olympic National Park are closed as another atmospheric river moves into western Washington. Park spokesperson Molly Pittman says flooding during the last major storm covered sections of the North Shore Quinault Road near Big Creek and the Howe Road near the entrance station. The North Fork Quinault Road remains closed until water recedes and repairs can be made. While the Howe Road is mostly clear, the Howe area of the park will remain closed while crews complete cleanup work and assess road and culvert damage. Meantime, a 250-foot landslide has buried the Spruce Railroad Trail. That area remains an active slide zone, and cleanup will not start until conditions stabilize. Meanwhile, Olympic National Forest officials say damage assessments will begin once it's safe to do so, but they're cautioning additional rain this week may make things worse. Forest officials warn that Olympic Peninsula's steep terrain and fragile soils make the area especially vulnerable to debris flows, washouts, and downed trees, especially near recent burn scars. Closures are still in effect in parts of those burned areas at Bear Gulch and Tunnel Creek. Well, the Pacific Northwest is forecast to be the wettest place on Earth outside the tropics this week, according to meteorologists. An expansive atmospheric river is drenching the region yet again. Through midweek, lowland areas could see up to 3 inches of new rain, while mountain regions could get up to 7 inches before some snow arrives there. Rain is expected to ease into scattered showers, but bursts of heavy rain and isolated thunderstorms still possible the next couple of days. And wind is emerging as a big threat. A wind advisory is in effect until tomorrow morning. Look for gusts out of the east, then switching to the west, hitting 45 miles per hour inland and over 50 miles per hour along the coast. With saturated ground and those strong winds, the risk of downed trees and power outages is high. Isolated outages are expected throughout this week in western Washington. And the U.S. Geological Survey and State Department of Natural Resources are warning of an elevated risk of landslides across all of western Washington. USGS data shows saturated soils and high groundwater levels, conditions linked to past landslides now. And significant erosion has already occurred. A major landslide near milepost 36 on I-90 forced the closure of 2 eastbound lanes there. Geologists are monitoring several areas, including the entire I-5 corridor and in Skagit County. The state also warned that heavy winds could topple trees and destabilize already soaked hillsides. This is News Radio KONP.
Home affordability. Yes, it does exist here on the peninsula with Mountain View Homes. Looking for a quality craftsmanship home at 40% less than stick-built? Call Mountain View Homes. We specialize in affordable homes with full-service land packages, dirt to turnkey, quality, beautiful, and an efficient manufactured home on the site of your choice. Mountain View Homes has 3 locations to serve you, including Carlsberg. Visit mtviewhomes.com. That's mtviewhomes.com.
Hey everyone, Todd here at Price Ford, and I'm excited to announce the end of the year is coming, and we want to finish the year with a bang. How that benefits you is we've come out with 0 down, 0%, and no payments for 90 days. That's 000 on select new vehicles. Now, if that's not enough, we here at Price Ford have decided, since we have almost 100 pre-owned vehicles in inventory, which is the largest selection in the entire area, that we are going to drastically reduce most of our prices. Help us end the year with a bang, and hurry down to Price Ford Highway 101 next to Walmart in Port Angeles.
Hello, I'm a disabled veteran, and thanks to Sarge's Veteran Support, I live at Minsky Place in Sequim. Are you spring cleaning or downsizing? Turn your unused items into homes for heroes. Sarge's Veteran Support's thrift store in Forks accepts donations of furniture, household goods, antiques, and collectibles, all to fund housing for veterans across the Olympic Peninsula. Visit sargesveteransupport.org to learn more. Your generosity will change lives.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast, brought to you by All Weather Heating and Cooling. A high wind warning begins at 4 p.m. this afternoon and remains in effect until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Heavy rain likely and fog at times this afternoon, otherwise cloudy skies expected. High temperatures reach up to 52, winds out of the east 10 to 20 miles per hour. Heavy rain likely with fog in spots early tonight. Lows dip down to about 39, overcast skies. Rain likely tomorrow. Daytime highs approaching 47, cloudy skies. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently 46.
NFL Week 15 wrapped up Monday night with the Steelers drilling the Dolphins 28-15, scoring touchdowns on 4 straight possessions, 2 on passes from Aaron Rodgers. Pittsburgh has now won 23 straight home games on Monday Night Football, dating back to 1992. The loss knocks Miami out of playoff contention. Week 16 begins Thursday with a big one in the NFC West between the Rams and the Seahawks. NBA, the Pistons turned back the Celtics 112-105, 32 for Cade Cunningham.
Being aggressive as far as, taking what they give me. There was a couple, especially early on, where they were kind of daring me to shoot it.
Nikola Jokic had 39 points and a triple-double, 35 for Jamal Murray. The Nuggets got by the Rockets 128-125 in overtime for their 5th straight win. Jazz jumped the Mavericks 141-33 in OT. Keontae George scored 37. Lauri Markkanen 33 for Utah, while Cooper Flagg had a career-high 42 for Dallas. He'll be 19 years old on Sunday if you want to send a card. Raptors too much for the Heat. Miami has lost 5 in a row, and the Grizzlies sank the Clippers. NHL, Predators rode a Philip Forsberg hat trick to a 5-2 romp over the Blues. Panthers deflected the Lightning 5-2, a pair of goals for Sam Reinhart. That Atlantic Division is tight. Just 7 points separate the 8 teams. Cutter Gauthier scored twice in the third to lift the Ducks over the Rangers. Stars crowned the Kings, and the Senators shaded the Jets in overtime. And at soccer's College Cup in Cary, North Carolina last night, Washington defeated NC State 3-2 in overtime. It's the unseeded Huskies' first national title. That's Tuesday Sports.
Our Santa Loves a Smart Top event is here. Treat yourself to the best present of all, a hot tub from Olympic. Save up to $4,800 on your new tub with an amazing smart top for free. Ends Christmas Eve. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Wow! Hello, Mommy.
As the holiday season shines a little brighter, it's also a time to remember the children in our community
who may be wishing for just a bit of magic. This year, the need is greater than ever. Families are struggling, and for many kids, a single toy can mean hope, joy, and the feeling that someone out there cares.
That's why donating to Toys for Tots matters so deeply. Your gift, big or small, has the power to light up a child's holiday and remind them that they're not forgotten. It's more than a toy. It's a moment of wonder, comfort, and pure childhood joy.
And to make giving easier, KONP Radio is proud to be a Toys for Tots drop-off location. If you're able, please bring a new unwrapped toy and help us spread kindness across our community.
Together,
we can make sure every child
feels the magic
of the season.
North Olympic Peninsula, are you ready to party into 2026? Black Diamond Junction is live this New Year's Eve at the Eagles Club in Port Angeles, and you're invited. Doors open at 5:30. The band turns it loose at 9. Your night includes dinner, dessert, dancing, and champagne, all for just $60 a person or $110 per couple. The event is open to the public, but you got to get a ticket. They won't last. Call now, 360-452-3344. 360-452-3344.
Newsradio KONP Business.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The speculation over who the next Federal Reserve chair will be is intensifying because sources now tell us President Trump is set to interview Fed Governor Christopher Waller for Federal Reserve chair tomorrow. Waller's become a leading internal advocate for rate cuts this year. He's also viewed favorably on Wall Street for his intellectually consistent arguments about monetary policy. Other candidates still in the running, though. On Wall Street, down day for stocks, a rising unemployment rate weighing on sentiment as investors worry the economy is weakening but aren't convinced the Fed will cut interest rates much more in the coming year. The Trump administration threatening retaliation against the European Union in response to efforts to tax U.S. tech companies. And Instagram, the television network, well, sort of. Instagram today unveiling its first dedicated TV app that lets you watch its short-form video feature Reels on a bigger screen. It'll launch on Amazon's Fire TV first. Denise Pellegrini, Bloomberg Radio.
Let's check the traffic next.
It's football season, and we all know what that means. If you're not at the game, you're home watching the game. Hi, this is John at Angelo's Furniture. I'm inviting you to get lazy, right in front of your TV in a brand new Lazy Boy. We have both manual and power models. Check out the Pinnacle Rocker Recliner for just $7.99. Upgrade to leather for only $11.29. Step up to our large Redwood Rocker Recliner for as low as $11.99 or upgrade to leather for $16.49. Sale prices going on now, only at Angelo's Furniture.
At Olympic Medical Center, we want you to enjoy a happy, healthy holiday season. Explore our website for handy holiday tips, including how to navigate stress during the holidays. Plus, you'll find helpful information on eating healthy this time of year. Discover these tips and more at olympicmedical.org/healthyholidays. From everyone at OMC, we wish you a very happy and healthy holiday season.
Newsradio KONP. Traffic and roads.
Right up to Clallam Transit Dispatch Center we go again. That's where Jarrett's standing by with the check of our noontime traffic one last time. Good afternoon, Jarrett.
Good afternoon. Yeah, taking a look. Currently no accidents reported in the Port Angeles Sequim area right now, but we do have some heavier traffic going on downtown, especially along Lincoln Street there between First and Lauridsen, slowing down quite a bit there. Also heading east on First Street, all the way from Chase all the way to Francis Street. So be aware of that. And then we do have some pretty heavy traffic from Golf Course Road all the way out to Colonel's Way right now, going through the construction zone there. Heading out east towards Sequim, it does look like it is flowing pretty nicely all the way to Sequim from Port Angeles, and then Washington has some pretty heavy traffic near 7th. Taking a look at our Hood Canal Bridge right now, it is currently open to traffic. And for ferry information, please go to WSDOT for real-time information. This is Jarrett. with Clown Transit for KONP.
Thank you, Jerry. Yeah, no problems on the ferries, by the way. Just taking a look at their site right now. Boy, the wind warning is in effect from 7 p.m. tonight till 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Going to see the wind really pick up in the overnight hours tonight. Otherwise, steady rain through the rest of the day today. Winds about 20 miles per hour through the afternoon out of the east. Windy and unsettled tonight. And maybe a chance of a thunderstorm. Brief mix of rain and snow possible. No accumulations. Lows will be in the mid-30s to low 40s, but those winds going to switch to west and ramp up to 45 miles per hour overnight, gusting to over 50 in areas over the water especially. Still windy into Wednesday morning with a little bit of snow mixed with rain as well. In the early going, no accumulation. Highs will be in the 40s, and the winds will start to ease down on Wednesday as we head through the morning. For right now in Port Townsend, 48 degrees. Squim's got 47, and out at Fairchild Airport here in Port Angeles, it is 48 degrees. Topping many Christmas lists this year will be the latest versions of a smartwatch. ABC's Jim Ryan says the next generation wearable might do more than play music or count your daily steps, though.
Researchers at the Mayo Clinic have come up with a smartwatch-based system that signals parents to an oncoming emotional outburst in their kids. A study published in JAMA Open Network says a special device worn by children can detect physiological stress signals like rising heart rate or changes in movement or sleep, then send that data to a parent's phone in the form of a tantrum alert. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Yeah, Christmas cards over 400 years old. The first known Christmas card sent to James I of England in 1611. Discovered in 1979 in the Scottish Record Office. It was handmade with a rose cross and greeting words laid out into the form of a rose. First commercially available card commissioned by Henry Cole. Designed by John Calcutt Horsley in London in 1843.
Here's what's behind a brand new podcasting company that's generating 3,000 to 4,000 podcasts every week. The quality's lacking, no celebrity hosts, and each podcast is streamed only by about 100, sometimes as few as 20 people. I'm Kim Commando for ExpressVPN. One click keeps your online activity private and secure. Get 4 extra months at expressvpn.com/Kim. The podcast company is called Inception Point. Their slogan, where AI gets a personality. They have about 50 of them. No faces, no names, no humans, just voices. Each is hyper niche, appealing to only a few folks. You'll spot them easily. The art and photography does not look real, because it's not. Sometimes neither is the information, especially biblical history, biographies, and news with pictures of events that never occurred. Each pod costs less than $1 to generate, but with thousands of podcasts each day, the company is already doing what most podcasters can't, making money. Enter to win Christmas cash right now at winfromkim.com. Did you know that every time you go online, someone is watching? Your internet provider is recording everything you do. That's how scammers and advertisers get a hold of your info. With ExpressVPN, your online activity is completely protected. It encrypts everything you do and reroutes it through secure servers, so no one can see what websites you visit or what apps you use. That keeps your info completely private. You can even connect to any of ExpressVPN's 105 secure server locations worldwide, giving you access to apps and content that might normally be blocked. ExpressVPN is super easy to use. It only takes one click. It works on laptops, phones, tablets, and even TVs. Plus, it comes with a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. Right now, you can get my special offer of 4 extra months with ExpressVPN. Just go to expressvpn.com/Kim. That's expressvpn.com/Kim for 4 extra months of privacy protection. It's the VPN I use and trust. expressvpn.com/Kim.
I'm John Tesh, and coming up, get ready for 3 quick brain tricks to get you thinking faster and more clearly, and all of that in just 60 seconds. It's next in today's Intelligence for Your Life Minute.
Christmas is just around the corner, and if you still have gifts to buy, the best place to do that is Macy's Great Gift Sale. Get amazing deals on last-minute gifts like fine jewelry and fragrance sets, boxed and ready to give. And everything from designer bags to Nespresso coffee makers at 30 to 60% off. Plus, your Macy's is the most festive place this holiday, so come in and find everything left on your list all in one place. The Great Gift Sale is happening now at Macy's. Savings off select prices. Exclusions apply.
Here we go with 3 quick brain tricks. If a word is on the tip of your tongue, but you can't quite get it, experts say sit up straight. Going from a slouch position to good posture boosts recall and memory in 1 minute for up to 87% of people. It works by stimulating the production of beta waves, which improves memory and recall almost immediately. What if you have brain fog? Just close your eyes for 30 seconds and you'll beat that brain fog. By taking a break from visual distractions, we can sharpen our focus by 25% because closing your eyes activates a brain region called the basal ganglia, and by activating it, it helps you think more clearly even when you're tired. And then you can boost your brain power in 60 seconds with a scalp massage. Just move your fingertips in a circular motion along your hairline. That will increase thinking power by 65% in 1 minute. Good stuff, huh? John Tesh with today's Intelligence for Your Life Minute.
During the Christmas sale going on now at Swain's, check everyone off your list because, as the saying goes, Swain's has everything. Protect your feet from the rain with men's, women's, and kids' Grundon's footwear at 25% off. You'll also want to be ready for the snow and ice with $5 off a pair of Yak Tracks. And 4-piece fleece sheet sets are only $19.87. That's a $10 savings. These deals and more during the Swain's Christmas sale.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
A warm, happy holiday season to you and yours from Newsradio KONP, Port Angeles Squim, a Radio Pacific station.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles took part in a series of interviews with Vanity Fair and did not hold back on talking about the Trump administration and the personalities surrounding her in the White House. The White House now says some of that quotes were taken out of context, but Wiles' boss is singing her praise.
In an exclusive interview with the New York Post, President Trump defended Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, saying she was right to tell Vanity Fair that he has an alcoholic's personality. The president, who doesn't drink alcohol, telling the Post, quote, "I've often said that if I did, I'd have a very good chance of being an alcoholic. I have said that many times about myself. I do. It's a very possessive personality." Asked if he had full confidence in Wiles, the president said, "Oh, she's fantastic." Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
The White House says President Trump will deliver an end-of-the-year address tomorrow night. Secretary Pete Hegseth now says he will not release the full video showing military strikes on an alleged drug vessel September 2nd. Hegseth is under scrutiny after 2 survivors were killed in follow-up strikes. In Los Angeles, Nick Reiner is being held without bail after being booked on suspicion of murdering his parents, director Rob Reiner and Michelle Singer. Prosecutors are still weighing charges. ABC's Trevor Ault is in L.A. and has more on the family's concerns over Nick's mental health.
Sources say Saturday, Rob Reiner and his son Nick got into an argument at Conan O'Brien's holiday party. Nick was seen there acting strangely. Sunday, law enforcement sources say the couple's daughter found them with fatal stab wounds. Reiner's friends, comedian Billy Crystal and Larry David, came to the house soon after, police closing down the neighborhood to investigate.
Nick Reiner's attorney today says his client has not been medically cleared to appear in court. Once again, no one matched all winning numbers in last night's Powerball. The jackpot now climbing to $1.25 billion for tomorrow night's drawing. You're listening to ABC.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-970-3355. That's 800-970-3355. 800-970-3355.
In Australia, authorities say the father and son who carried out the shooting massacre at Sydney's Bondi Beach were radicalized. 15 people were killed, more than 36 others injured. An Australian citizen who moved from Syria in 2006 is being called a hero. Ahmed tackled and disarmed one of the shooters for a brief moment, and then he was still shot and injured and underwent surgery. ABC's Britt Clinton has more.
His brother said, he was just on his way to dinner and he stepped in. But the brother made it clear, this guy's a good man. He said he has a good heart. He's very proud of the actions of his brother. And he said, he saw that video and like many people, was in awe of those actions. We saw that dramatic video. He tackled one of those alleged shooters, wrestled that long gun out of his hands, turning it on the suspect. He himself was shot, but we understand that he is stable and recovering in hospital.
The FDA giving a green light for a pill to help women experiencing a low libido during menopause. It's called Adaye, and the FDA has now approved the pill for those 65 years old and younger. Doctors say the pill is taken once daily at bedtime. ABC News chief medical correspondent Dr. Tara Narula says the pill works with someone's brain chemistry.
We want women in that phase of life to feel comfortable talking about the many symptoms they may develop, and also specifically sexual health, right? There shouldn't be any taboo or shame around.
Hello everyone, this is Caitlin from Airport Garden Center. Are you looking to spruce up your home for the holidays? Check out our selection of poinsettias, wreaths, and live trees. Have you heard about our custom wreath making station? Open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come on in and make your own custom wreath, swag, or porch planter. We have a huge selection of wreath frames, pots, decorations, and fresh greenery. Would you like one-on-one help from our expert staff? Let us crimp your wreath or show you how to make your own. Bring the whole family for a unique holiday experience. We have hot cocoa and cider, and our wreath station is all undercover from the weather. While you're here, check out our locally made jams, jewelry, wine and cider, and fresh fudge. Not sure what to get the gardener on your list? We have gift certificates too. Add Airport Garden Center to your holiday shopping destinations. 2200 West Edgewood Drive in Port Angeles, 360-457-8462. Happy holidays. Hope to see you all soon.
KONP News brought to you by RE/MAX Evergreen Real Estate. Outstanding agents, outstanding results, 457-6600. Stormy weather remains a concern across the Pacific Northwest. Forecasters say our region could be the wettest place on Earth outside the tropics the rest of the week. Lots more heavy rain, strong winds, and even the risk of power outages continuing, especially overnight tonight into tomorrow. Port Angeles-based Coast Guard cutter Active credited with a major drug seizure. They offloaded more than 27,000 pounds of cocaine in San Diego yesterday, an estimated street value of nearly $204 million. They're part of Operation Pacific Viper, a Coast Guard effort targeting transnational drug trafficking in the Eastern Pacific.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast, brought to you by Olympic Game Farm. A high wind warning begins at 4 p.m. this afternoon and continues until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Cloudy skies expected, with fog this afternoon with heavy rain likely. High temperatures reach up to 52, winds out of the east 10 to 20 miles per hour. Heavy rain likely tonight, lows around 39, cloudy skies with fog early. Rain again tomorrow, 47. Upper 40s Thursday with rain likely. Cooler Friday with highs in the low 40s. Chance for showers continues. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Right now, 48.
It's the Todd Ortloff Show on News Radio KONP. Now, here's Todd.
All right, welcome to the show. First half of the program is always fun. I get to chat with some stellar students up at Port Angeles High School who are involved in, well, it's interesting because it's CTE, but it's not what you might think. We'll be chatting a little bit about NJROTC and a little bit about sports medicine and how that kind of fits in the curriculum with a couple of students here. But we also have the school district CTE director with us, and that's Jennifer Rogers. Jen, good to see you again. Thanks for stopping by as always.
It's good to see you too. Thanks for having us.
So, I'm going to do the same thing I always do. A lot of people back when I was in schools, I don't think we called it CTE even in those days, but it certainly has changed. Tell folks a little bit about what learning the trades, doing that sort of thing entails now at PA High.
I will. So back in the day when you were in, it was vocational.
That's right.
Would have been the word that people would have used for it. But today it's career and technical education, and it's just a robust offering. We do everything from our Core Plus Maritime, which really introduces the students to trades, anything in the marine industry, to our machining classes, to our collision repair class. Then we have our fine woods. We do nutrition and wellness. We also do health. So pretty much if you can name it, and every industry out there, there's opportunities for students. That's where they're going to end up going. And so really what we're trying to do today is to give them as many opportunities to experience that before they go out. And what do they like? Sometimes they come in and they're like, I definitely want to do health. And then they get in there and they're like, ooh, there's blood. Maybe not, So it is a great opportunity. And one of the things that we're super proud of at the school district is just the robust opportunities that we have for our students.
How many students do you have involved in some sense in CTE now?
So duplicated head count, and what that means is that if like Cody took 2 different classes within it, we have 1,400. So amazing. We have a lot of kids that take more than one program. And one of the benefits we have, our principal is very supportive of having a 7-period day, which is what gives our students that opportunity to have more than one.
Right. Because, back when we called it vocational, there were blocks. I mean, there were times where I had friends who were really into the woodworking thing, and they would get to do class for, a double period, for example. Is that still the case, or is there how do they fit these special curricula into what would be the regular day?
There is still that opportunity. So our Core Plus Maritime and our Core Plus Aerospace programs are both 3-hour blocks, and so those are open to juniors and seniors, and that gives them the opportunity to also get an English, math, and a science credit, and that comes from the state. Those are state approved frameworks and equivalencies. So we're doing the curriculum that they've provided, and in essence the kids get those opportunities. And for a lot of kids, they would rather look at a book, a manual, and read a manual than read, a contemporary novel. And so it really meets them where they're at. We also have a number of programs that have a 2-block period. Our cabinet making and our collision repair both have those, so that when they're up that next level, then they can continue on, because 52 minutes isn't sometimes enough to get going.
All right. As you mentioned, though, kids can kind of just like plug in and try things out. It's that fluid. I mean, you could go for a while on one thing, move on to something else. I mean, there's at what point do you have to commit to something? Or do you?
You don't really.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I think we have kids, Cody's an example, and Tallulah for that matter, both took my sports marketing program and then both pursued other avenues. And it's great because like you get into a program, you find that that's where your heart is, that's where your passion is. And then for some of our students, they take a bunch of different courses their whole 4 years and are just really trying to experience everything and wanting to see what it is. So I wouldn't say that there's a forced time and they don't have to do that. There is a graduation pathway that's available. So if they spend 2 years in one of our program areas, then they have that graduation pathway available.
Last time we talked when you were on a few months ago, there also are some opportunities to jump right into a career out of this too, right? Is that still the case? I know with a couple of the programs, they're hiring.
Correct. Right. We actually, out of our maritime program, one of the things that we're excited about doing is our welding. And so we do MIG welding and TIG welding, and they do aluminum welding. And so one of our students was hired at Bricks. So we're looking at local employment and talking with them, have them on our advisory board so that we can really plug in where they need to be.
All of this kind of plays into a larger umbrella, I think, is that, the trades, things going into these certain types of professions, is good for kids because there's a lot of folks that, you just mentioned it, are not the college-bound direct going to be a lawyer or a doctor, so to speak, but they have these other great skills, and really there hadn't been an outlet to try them out.
Correct. And I think one of the huge things is that in those industries, plumbing, electrical, electrical, I think has a lot of kids that go into that, students that go there, but a lot of the other trades don't. And the workforce is getting older and older, and we need to replace those. And those are well-paying jobs. And there are a lot of kids that college isn't what is destined for them, and that's perfectly fine because they can go out and they make a living wage and actually do really well. And it's all things that we need in our communities too.
And oftentimes start their own business doing this as well, right?
Definitely,
So, I mean, that's,
yes.
They're entrepreneurial in a whole different way.
Yes.
Yeah. So, all right. So you've brought a couple of examples here of some students. Why don't you? Maybe I'll have you introduce them, and then we can discuss what they're up to.
Okay. So I have brought Tallulah Manili, and she is our commander of our NJROTC cadets, and I actually got to spend the weekend with them Saturday. Very long day on Saturday in their competition, but it was amazing to see everything that they're doing, and I know she'll be able to talk about that. And then Cody Williams, who is a baseball player, amazing sport athlete, and then also he is very invested in our sports medicine program and has done a number of competitions with them. So I don't want to steal any of their stuff.
We'll get it with it. We'll get it right from the horse's mouth, so to speak. Okay, Tallulah, let's talk a bit. NJROTC. How did you get started? What kind of got you into doing this? And you're the commander now, so good job.
Yeah. Well, it all started back in middle school, and I found out that you could get PE credits from ROTC, so that's the only reason why I took the class.
I get that. You didn't want to do PE.
Exactly. But I joined it, and I realized very, very fast that it's not all physical training, all this stuff. NJROTC is really, it's definitely not a recruiting program. If you join, you do not need to go into the military at all. But it's mainly promoting students with citizenship, being a greater American citizen, leadership. There's so many leadership opportunities. As you can see, being the commanding officer, that's opened up a lot of leadership opportunities for me. And it just helps students with like time management, discipline, again, just citizenship, leadership, and it really sets them up for a lot of success in life.
You're extremely articulate. I mean, I'm just going to say that. And part of that, I bet, comes from doing all of the things you've done with the NJROTC over these years.
Yeah, it really helps with public speaking. I remember 8th grade, I hated doing a speech for my English class. It was the worst thing ever. Now I'm here on a radio show. Pretty darn cool.
Yeah. Well, we're glad to have you.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us a bit about Rough Rider Company, as it's known up there. How many students are in the company now? And if I recall, you guys get up really early.
We do get up really early. Yeah, we have about only 47 cadets. We used to be way up high in the numbers before COVID, but we're slowly rebuilding our program again. For example, we have around 15 cadets on our drill team. We get up at before 6 a.m. to be at school at 6 a.m. for drill team practice every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, as well as color guard. And we just practice a bunch of drill movements and routines and exhibition routines, trying to look really, really cool and military and
sharp
uniform.
And you win awards. I mean, you win contests.
We do, yeah.
So tell us about this past weekend, so people know kind of this was a big weekend for you folks.
It was, yeah. Our drill team, we did pretty darn okay. Yeah, it was really, really cool because only about 2 of us on that team has ever actually competed in drill before. So this was everybody's first time actually competing, and they did a really good job. Our color guard team, almost completely new team. We had 2 teams going. Everybody was pretty much new, and we knocked it out of the park. Our air rifle team, we get up 6 a.m., practice at 6 a.m. Mondays and Fridays, and after school on Wednesdays. And we placed first at the competition.
Nice.
Yeah. And our shooter, Joseph Maggard, he placed 3rd individually overall over all the schools that were there. There were 6 schools. And I placed 4th, and the rest of us were a little bit lower. Like,
congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
That's great.
Yeah, and then our physical strength team, they compete with push-ups, plank, and mile. One of our cadets did 100 cadence push-ups, which is not cranking them all out at once. It's down, up. He did 100 of those. It was pretty darn cool. But I'd say the most successful of our teams, and we've been putting a lot of work into it, is air rifle. We qualified for nationals. We're going to Navy Nationals in February, which is pretty cool.
Excellent. Where is that?
It's going to be in, I think it's Columbia, Missouri this year. Yeah.
So, wow, that's great. Now, these are all like skill things you do, and you alluded to this. There's some book stuff and all that come with this too. I mean, There's probably more studying that goes on with NJROTC than even this stuff, right?
Yeah, we have at least 3 manuals. We have a field manual, a drill manual, and a reference manual. I tell my cadets to open up that drill manual and read everything it has to offer, because there's a lot of very complicated steps when it comes to drill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How does this translate into real life for you? I mean, we talked about public speaking. That's a great example. But, some of these things that you've learned, like doing drills, for example, tell folks how that works outside of
Well, it definitely requires a lot of discipline. I know I was not very disciplined before I joined, but now it really helps with that, getting stuff done on time. I know that really helps with time management and all that stuff. And then also the leadership factor that it has with it. If you want to, like we were talking about earlier, open up your a new business, your own business, being your own boss and all that stuff, and treating your workers with respect. Being in JROTC really, really helps with that. In fact, we have like 11 principles of leadership that you'll find in the Navy as well, and we follow those to a T, pretty much.
Now, you mentioned this is not a recruiting arm. Nobody's expected to join up or anything. Have you thought about going to the military?
I've definitely thought about it. That was probably 3 years ago. I know now I definitely do not want to go in the military.
Okay.
Being in JROTC is super, super fun. Like I said, it sets you up for stuff in life that is not all about the military, right? Yeah.
On the flip side, I know you have some cadets. You have some folks in there that's a career path they're thinking of. There is some advantage going through this as they head on to the next thing if they want to become an officer or something like that, right?
True. Yeah. This can set you up to go into the actual reserve officer training program at like colleges, right? Being in those will get you as a higher rank when you join. It'll help really understand the process of the military and all that stuff. And we help you out with those avenues for sure. Our instructor's a petty officer in the Coast Guard, and he would be more than willing to help any cadet who's wanting to join the military at all, and will write letters of recommendation, help you set up for all of that. Yeah.
All right. I'll just point one other thing out too, is that you guys do a tremendous amount of volunteer work.
We do.
Around the community, right? That's a big part of being in the company.
Absolutely, yeah. I know this year I have around 11 recorded hours of community service. I've probably done closer to 80.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do events like the Big Hurt, Apple Stock. We do there was a toy drive one, Shop with a Hero. We help out with that. Okay. We also have tinier community service things that we do a lot. We do beach cleanups a lot. We go out to the Hook or down to Hollywood Beach, and we clean up a lot of all the junk that's down there. And I think last year, the cumulative amount of community service hours that we had was upward of 1,000 for all of our cadets.
Well, congrats. That's great.
Yeah.
So, final question. What is next for you? What do you plan to do after this?
Next?
Yeah.
I plan on attending University of Idaho and going for my master's in criminology. I've been doing Running Start at Peninsula College, and I've been taking some criminology classes, and I think that's something that definitely... something I'm definitely interested in.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, congrats on all of that. It went by fast, didn't it?
It very much did.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing your story and a bit about NJROTC there as well. Cody Williams is here. Cody's name comes on the radio a lot during baseball season because he's a great baseball player. And also, you're a multi-sport guy, actually, but baseball's your thing. But sports medicine is also a thing, it sounds like. So you're involved, as Jen pointed out, with you've kind of traversed your way into doing this through CTE. So tell us a bit about your, your journey into where you're at right now in this.
Yeah, for sure. I came in as a freshman, like she said. I was taking her sports marketing class, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do at that point. I was just, school's just school at this point. And then I noticed there was a class called sports medicine. I'm like, oh, it's another sports class. I'm going to go take that one. Well, I never knew I'd fall in love with it. So I've been doing it now. This is my third year.
Excellent.
It's a sophomore and above class. I mean, it's not a freshman class, but if you're like one of the higher up freshmen, you're allowed to take it. But so I've been doing it. Sophomore year, I did the first year, and that was kind of just the waist down, kind of learning about the ankles, the hips, the everything. But the biggest thing I think I came out of it was connections with the athletes, because like they're still my friends, right? But now I can help them and improve, right? And I can go, and if they have a little, like a sprained ankle, I know how to take care of it. So like I can get them back on the field, because as an athlete, I know how much they want to be on the field. So, but it also, there is a lot of book work, there is a lot of studying, there is a lot of tests. It's all we do.
Yeah.
I mean, we read a textbook, and that's pretty much all we do. So we only actually tape people once a week in the class. So it's every Friday we go up to the lab and we actually tape. The rest of it's just book work.
Yeah. You've been playing sports since you were a little guy.
Yeah.
I know that. So this is, did you ever think you would go into sports medicine, or did that ever occur to you as being, a trainer, for example, as a career?
I didn't really know that was a possibility.
Yeah.
Always wanted to coach, and I still want to coach. And then I found, athletic training as I became more mature. I was like, okay, this is cool. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I've put already this year over 80 hours into it. So,
wow.
And we got one tonight for the basketball game. So I'm going to do the athletic training for the basketball game.
Yeah, this is my next question. So at what point do you get to be, right there, being the trainer, so to speak?
So I'm not the trainer, so I'm the intern. So I've took both years. So I've took the 2 years, and then she gets to kind of pick and choose who her interns are.
Okay.
So we actually have two right now, me, and then the other one's, her name's Kenna Pittman. We're the interns, and we're the only ones that have took both years of the classes and stuck with it. So
you're getting some really legit hands-on, and I guess pun intended in this sense, right?
For sure. I've already completed all the tests I need to take.
Nice.
And I'm part of the club that she has too, so I'm already doing all that, and I'm expanding my learning.
Yeah.
But as this sports medicine, I've more grown into the strength and conditioning part. So this has opened the opportunity now. Like, I want to go study kinesiology.
Yeah.
Like, I want to now it gave me a career path.
Right. Your baseball coach loves hearing you wanting to do more workouts, I'm sure, right?
Oh, yeah, he loves it. Yeah, Zach loves it.
I'm into weightlifting. That's every coach's dream, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Get him in there.
Yeah.
So is this going to be a career for you? Do you think this will be something you might want to do?
Yeah,
you do want to coach. I hear that.
I want to coach, but I can also do this on the side, right? So, I want to be a strength and conditioning coach. So I want to go train athletes in the weight room. So I'm going to go, my plan is to go get my master's in kinesiology.
Okay.
So I'm going to go get kinesiology and then get my strength and conditioning certificate.
Now I'm going to just roll back, follow up to the earlier question. You probably never thought about this. I mean, kinesiology was never in your vocabulary as what might be a career path or something you'd go to school for.
Yeah, I had no idea. I had to look up what it was.
Yeah.
So I seriously, she's like, hey, Miss Olson, the teacher, recommended it to me. And I was like, what the heck is that? Like, okay. And so I Googled it, and then I found out it was actually like the science behind exercise. And I was like, oh, that could be cool.
Yeah.
So it's like I started researching, and then I started noticing a lot of baseball coaches have it as a degree, because, you need to take something if you're going to play sports. So they have a lot of it, and understanding the body and how it can move really benefits your athletes.
Okay, so what's next? Where are you going next? Do you have a plan after this year?
Yeah, so I just officially signed to Skagit Valley Community College. I'm going to play baseball for them.
Excellent.
And I'm studying kinesiology. So.
And they have a program there you can plug into?
Yeah, I can do all my prereqs there. So now it's one of the better ones in the state, and that's what really kind of drove me there. And the coach is great, obviously. Yeah. But the schooling to me is more important than the athletic career.
So, had you not done this, I mean, what was school like for you, without having this part of the outlet of things? I mean, you're a smart guy, so I want to assume that you didn't like going to class or anything, but maybe describe how this has changed your school life.
Yeah, so from probably kindergarten to 8th grade, I never looked at a textbook a day in my life. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm a baseball player, so that's all I cared about. But then I started realizing, life isn't worth it. You got to have school to live life. Right. So then I realized that I had to, you know, with this class, it made you. If you weren't going to do the work, you weren't going to pass. So, and I can't have a big F on my report card, or I won't be able to play sports. So, dedication, like she said, it's determination. It's just showing up and doing your work. It's knowing that, you know, your life is a lot more than just sports, or you got to, you know, understand the basics.
What an opportunity, though, to be able
Absolutely.
to get to do this, because most people in the old days would never get that chance until they were at least in college, and then, you know, there's other things that might get in the way as well at that point. So congrats, Cody, and
Thank
also
you.
congrats on moving on with your baseball career.
Yeah,
as
super
well.
excited.
We're not done with you yet, though. You still have another season here we got to talk about.
Yeah, we got one more season to go compete. So.
All right, Jen, I'm going to go back and wrap up with you just a bit, because, I mean, this is a good example. You've got two students here, and this is just two stories of, you know, students finding an opportunity. Maybe they might not have been easily found.
I think that that's exactly what CTE does for our students, is the opportunity to really present in front of them like different kinds of course levels, different things to work on, and finding what they want. So many of us previously would go to college and then you would figure out what you want to do. You do 2 years and then it's like, now you got to pick something. This gives them a step up. This gives them an opportunity to know going into college what they want to do, and then go to the right college and have the right opportunities. And so CTE really does prepare them for that.
All right. This is always kind of the bittersweet time for I know for you, or for because you see these students do this and then off they go very soon, right?
Right. It is. It's having them for 4 years. And Tallulah and Cody, I've moved out of the classroom now, but having them in sports marketing. But I think that the best part for me is seeing them find their path. And I would have told them that in their first year too, is if their path wasn't in marketing, that's fine. The idea is finding that path, finding where you want to head in life. And it's super exciting for me to also see that they found that they know where they want to go. And if things change along the line, that's fine too. But what they've learned and their leadership experience and their ability to talk here today about everything is exciting.
All right. Thank you, all three, for coming in and spending some time with us. Good luck on the rest of the year and on to the bigger things that come after that as well. I appreciate it.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
guys. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back. We're going to talk a little bit about the Squim City Band next.
This is the Todd Ortloff Show on News Radio KONP.
Have you noticed that we start hearing about Christmas earlier every year? This is Dale from Wilder Auto, and I think I saw my first Christmas ad back in June. December is a great month to take advantage of our year-end clearance, as we've got to make room for next year. There's no better time to be in the market, and with acres of new and used inventory and the Wilder Advantage, well, why would you go anywhere else? So stop by and check us out at 24/7 at wilderauto.com.
Thinking about selling your home? Buyers are active right now and they're looking for homes in Port Angeles and Sequim. I'm Joyce Glayton and I work with Century 21 Real Estate Center. My job is to help sellers like you get the most out of today's market. Come see us on 8th Street next to Sergio's and put your team to work for you.
Century 21 Real Estate Center. Local agents, global reach. Call 452-1210 for a neighbor in real estate.
Hey there, Dawn Riling with Olympic Hot Tub. This holiday, treat yourself to the best present of all, a hot tub from Olympic. Through Christmas Eve, our Santa Loves a Smart Top event will save you up to $4,800 on your new tub and include an amazing smart top for free. This awesome hardcover handles northwest weather, locks in heat, and looks fantastic. Santa loves a smart top, and so will you. It's the perfect gift to put under the tree. Details at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
Are you looking for tips on a healthy and happy holiday season? Head to olympicmedical.org/healthyholidays, where you'll find helpful and healthful hints to nourish your mind and body this season. From navigating holiday stress to making healthy choices at the dinner table, you'll find tips to help you feel your best this season. Get your holiday tips today at olympicmedical.org/healthyholidays.
More acres and more chores mean you have more ground to cover in a day. The all-new Bobcat utility tractors are built for it. With 3 models that feature open operating stations or fully enclosed cabs and up to 73 horsepower, Plus, a Category 2 3-point hitch for heavy implement work. These job-hungry machines take your capability to the next level. Stop into Brim Tractor in Carlsberg to find out about new Bobcat utility tractors.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing zero sugar cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Step into Spoon Bar Sweets in downtown Squim, where everything feels just a little more magical. Their hand-scooped milkshakes are pure happiness in a cup, but the bakery case? Oh, that's where the love lives. Cookies that melt in your mouth, golden pastries, and cupcakes topped with clouds of frosting, all baked in-house with a whole lot of heart. Sit and relax inside with a cup of Rain Shadow coffee. Spoon Bar Sweets, bringing a little extra sugar to your day, every day.
You know what you can't do when you shop online? Touch, feel, try. But here in Squim, our local shops are packed with gifts for everyone on your list, with no shipping delays or wrong porch deliveries. Support local and shop Squim, because the best gifts come from our local shops right down the street.
Tired of uncomfortable bras? Northwest Bras in Squim specializes in proper fittings for every body, size 28 to 56, A to R cups. Let us support you.
At Cedarbrook Lavender, we have been providing luxury and decadence through our handcrafted lavender products and gift sets since 1967. This holiday season, don't just give a gift, become part of the lavender legacy.
Satisfy everyone's gift wish win by shopping local in downtown Spin. Satisfy everyone's gift wish win by shopping local in downtown Squim.
All right, welcome back to the program. I'm going to spend a few minutes now talking again with some folks from the Squim City Band. Tyler Benedict joins us. He is the conductor, the artistic director there as well, the guy who plans out these things that we're going to be talking about. And Blake's is back as well. Vicki Blakesley joins us with the promotional arm of things there at, and also in the band, to talk about Festive Flourishes, which is coming up this weekend. So thanks, guys, for coming in.
Thanks for having us, yeah.
Well, we were joking because we've been crossing paths, Tyler, and actually all three of us have been crossing paths the last few days musically with things going on. And you just got done with the big tuba event on Sunday. And here you go. You're just gonna keep rolling on and go on to something else holiday this weekend.
Yeah. So 2 weekends in a row. We just had our Tuba Christmas at Field Hall right before Amanda's and your guys' show. It went really well. We had 35 tuba players show up from all over the state, even Oregon, and we had a great crowd. Thank you if you're listening. You were with that. So, and then now we're moving on to our full band concert on Sunday.
Right. So, what do you got planned for us? Of course, it's a holiday concert, so you're going to have all sorts of things that for the season.
Yeah. So we.
Can we start off first with the day? It's December 21st, right?
Yes.
What's December 21st?
That's the first day of winter.
Yeah, it's winter solstice. Yeah. Okay, Tyler, kick her off.
Yeah, and that's our first piece. It's called Solstice. It's a little fanfare.
See, that's
it's
why you bring Blake's along. I
know.
It sets you up.
Exactly. We need a little drum set here or something. Yeah, exactly. So, yes, our first piece is Solstice. It's a fanfare, kind of a modern take. We're going to go right into it. And it's written by a percussionist, so you can imagine there's going to be a lot of percussion in that opening fanfare. We have all kind of some new music, actually.
Don't we have 3 new pieces?
I think it's 7. 7 new pieces on this program.
He went crazy buying music.
I had a spending spree on this one. So, we've got some great pieces. One of them, Earth Song by Frank DeKelly. It not necessarily Christmas or holiday related, but it's kind of this peace and earth. Actually, we're kind of helping out Jarrett, Mr. Hansen up there at the high school. They needed some music because their budget was low this year. So we said, well, we'll buy Earth Song and we'll play it for one of our concerts and then give it to him to play. Yeah. So that's a nice little connection there for that. I like it. One of my favorite pieces that we're doing is O Magnum Mysterium. We'll get to a little bit of history on that one, but originally a choral piece, and it's transcribed for wind band. It's probably, if you were a choral person, you know this piece. It's one of the most famous choral works, and it works really well with a concert band. It's written by a person, Morton Lordson, and that name may sound familiar to some of you. Morton Lordson lives in the San Juans currently. He was a composer in California, but he is the great-great-great-grandson of Lordson here in Port Angeles.
As in founders of...
one of our town founders.
The town founders, yeah.
So, Lordson, I think it was Lordson Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
He made a currency because it was
at the time period when independent currencies were scattered all over the western United States.
Yeah, I think the history of Lordson was we're totally going off track here but he was he came into town thinking Port Angeles was bustling and there was a economic crisis in 1893.
So we made some money that we would just get some sort of
print
currency.
Some money.
It was struggling, and he helped kind of boast the whole peninsula. I think they used that money, Lordson bucks, for everywhere. So a little connection. He's even said that on the San Juans you can see the lights from Port Angeles, or lights from here, and he goes, "Oh, it's kind of nice, that little connection from his historical, his family ancestors." So that's kind of fun. We're going to play that piece. One of my favorite ones, "Diminished Minor Alterations." You know, if you're
Blake likes that one, yeah,
and I know you would too. It's one of those pieces where you think of your traditional Christmas carols and you go, what if we played those in minor?
I do this all the time.
I know, right? Musicians always geek out.
There's a piece that's been put together doing this crazy thing that people
think
sit around pianos and do it. Yeah,
think of Jingle Bells sounding like if it was Halloween instead. It almost goes well with the Halloween theme too. So it's somewhat comedic of a tune, but it's a nice medley of pieces. We're doing one of our new ones is Home Alone Christmas, you might note.
Yeah. I noticed on your little John Williams in there, so it's got the thematics of Home Alone, I'm assuming, right? Okay.
And another music nerd thing with that one is there's this melody that happens in it. It's almost a rock 6/8.
It is.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can look it up on Google what that means. Section with like a drum set and everything. Well, when the melody starts playing, like this was written in 1993. Mm-hmm. It's the same melody as Harry Potter. Yeah. So he took Home Alone, and then he took that little melody and then wrote Harry Potter theme out of it. I had to stop the band and say, that sounds a lot like Harry Potter. I think so.
Well, if you got a good thing going, why not use it again, right?
You might as well steal from yourself to make a new soundtrack.
Painters frequently did studies in pencil or whatever before they did the full painting from oils. So why can't a composer do the same thing?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and if you're John Williams, you can do anything you want.
Right.
So that's just leave it at that.
Pretty much.
All right.
We're playing a very traditional the Anderson's Christmas Festival, which we're kind of ending the concert with that. And our I'm calling Happy Holiday / White Christmas is our Stars and Stripes Forever of our winter concert. It's our typical ending piece we like to do. So
we're going to send the crowd out, and who knows, on that particular day we may be getting snow.
Let's not talk about that.
Don't say that out loud. Yeah, that's just
that's a 4-letter word. Well, it is around here.
Yeah. So overall, you've got a wide range of musical kind of textures and such.
Yeah, we've got some more pop stuff, and we've got some more classical, and everywhere in between. We have a nice Hanukkah medley going on there too, and it should be a great time.
And you're even playing Greensleeves. You're going full traditional and on this as well.
Very much, yeah.
This happens, we should have pointed out, up at the high school, at Port Angeles High School and Performing Arts Center, the auditorium there, and starts at 2, right? 2 p.m., right? That's for this one. And the price is incredible.
Yes.
Yes,
it is free.
Incredible.
It's free. It's a free concert.
This always, I can't say this because you guys draw a huge crowd most of the time anyway, so I can't say this has got to be one of your most popular concerts, but I would think this one draws.
Yeah, probably this concert for indoors is usually highly attended. Our 4th of July, of course, is always highly attended. But we've got plenty of seats. That auditorium, as you know,
which is why you're kind of back there doing it there. You've outgrown everywhere else you can be because it's near impossible to get everybody in to hear you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And even just the stage is. There's Field Hall and the high school are the only 2 places that really can fit us on a formal stage. Right. So that's where we are.
Yeah. And again, how many are in your band now?
Right now,
actively?
We're active members anywhere from 70 to 80.
That's amazing.
Well, we would have a bunch of people, and overall it's over 100 for people that are in and out, that kind of thing. So,
but finding a stage that can hold 75 or so folks becomes the thing.
And a full percussion section.
Yep. Right.
I mean, it isn't just you have a bass drum and a snare. I mean, the number of mallet
percussion,
percussions
marimba, xylophone, drum set, bass drum, timpani.
And I say this every time I have you on, but if you've not had a chance to hear the Sequim City Band, it is a treat because you guys do a tremendous job. People will show up and go, I did not realize this group of volunteers essentially put on a show like this.
And the membership, it's a wide range of abilities and experience, but there's some really, really great people, top to bottom. Everyone wants to be there. They all want to play. Yeah. I mean, we have professionals in that group, and people who haven't played in 30, 40 years might pick up their instrument and play again, and then all of a sudden it's like riding a bike, you start playing again.
We have more than one handful worth of students right now.
Yeah, which is great. Another outlet. I think it's always great for students to have a chance to play outside their school band or whatever.
One of them you just spoke to, Tallulah. She was here. She plays in the Sequim City Band from the
How about
ROTC.
That? I didn't even know that. Small world.
I know. She came out here and like, hey, we're going to see you.
And not only that, we have people who travel to rehearsal every week and then come, of course, perform our concerts all the way from Forks, the west end of Clallam County, all the way through almost Bremerton. They live very close to Bremerton.
Yeah. It's a wide range.
Do you have any soloists or anything in this concert?
This one, not necessarily. I mean, there's some parts where we have
but you don't have
soloists.
everybody that's just like, okay.
Not this one just yet, but we like to feature some pieces, obviously have soloists and that kind of thing. So
I have to ask, both of you get to answer this one. Favorite piece in this concert? Tyler, which one are you most looking forward to doing?
For me, O Magnum Mysterium is my favorite. Yes.
Yeah, we can tell by the way he rehearses us. There's a lot of passion in his rehearsal technique for that piece, which is not a bad thing. But I'm just saying, you can tell it's one of his favorites. For me, it's diminished minor alterations.
You like the quirky one there.
Yeah, I like the quirky one.
You probably want to show up your choral friends about say, hey, I'm playing this piece. And see, my band does it better than your singers.
I know, right?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Tyler.
No, there's some wonderful. If you have a chance, if you're coming to the concert, listen to the choral version. It's beautiful. There's so many great recordings out there.
About how long is this concert? I mean, you got a lot of stuff on here.
Yeah, our concert's usually about an hour. We don't take an intermission. We just play it straight through this one, and so maybe we should be done by 3, maybe a little after.
Okay.
Yep.
Which is important this time of year because a lot of people are reluctant to get, it starts getting dark and they want, so it starts a little earlier and you'll be home before dinner.
Exactly. It'll be still light when you get home.
Okay. Should be a lot of fun, festive flourishes, and get there a little early because you want to make sure you get a good seat.
Yeah.
2:00, BA High School up at the auditorium there. And then what comes after that? You guys off for a bit or when do you have your next concert?
We take a month off.
Yeah.
And then we come back and we'll start rehearsing for our March 15th concert, which we're calling Origins. It's about where the composers are from, different areas of the world. And we're even showcasing one of our local composers. She's a new composer, Signe Crawford. She's a saxophonist, clarinetist, and she's played in the band. We got a piece by her featured. Some new music from composers in the U.S., all around the world. It'll be a great concert. Our big stuff for next summer is we're hosting a band festival in July in Sequim.
Okay.
And so that's we're putting a lot of work into that. We've got 7 bands planned to perform, and we're going to host clinics. And we've been talking to the Chamber of Commerce and but we're all of a sudden planning an entire event.
Where is that going to be centered at?
That's going to be at the James Center.
There, okay.
And that'll be open to the public for people to listen to the bands. And
so there'll be a lot of concerts going on, I assume, right?
Yeah.
A chance to hear a whole bunch of different bands.
Yeah, for example, the Saturday, it's July 25th. Saturday, July 25th. Free public concerts will start at the James Center at 3:00, and there'll be 5 bands performing on the top of every hour.
Oh, all right.
I can't give the order right now. We know the bands that have applied, and we just have to get confirmations they're still coming. And if all 5 accept and say we're coming, we have a band that's even coming from just east of Sacramento.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're traveling a long way.
Now, are these all community-type bands, similar to what you guys do?
So, we belong, the Sequim City Band belongs to an organization called the Association of Concert Bands, and they host a national festival, and they were trying to reach out for host bands for these smaller regional, and that's what we're doing. This is the first one of these on the West Coast.
Ever.
Wow.
Actually, west of the Mississippi, I think, maybe. maybe
close.
Or
Darn
west
close.
of Texas.
Well,
West of Texas.
It's definitely west of the Rockies.
Yes. So,
how about that? Well, I'm certain we will be talking a lot more about that when we get a little bit closer. But congrats on that. That should be a lot of fun.
So that's we'll have a big year coming up.
No kidding. So you need a month off. You need a little rest after this to get
that would be nice.
rested up for what's coming. All right, but people should show up for Festive Flourish. It's a great way to get into the spirit of the season and all of that. And a terrific band with the Swim City Band. And Blake's great to see you again.
Good to see you,
Merry
Todd.
Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, all of that.
Absolutely.
Nice to have you here. That's Vicki Blakesley and Tyler Benedict, who's the conductor. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Todd.
See you next year.
You also.
But I'll probably see you before that because we seem to run into each other about every 2 days now. So, all right. Thank you guys for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. We're going to take a break and wrap up our show right after this.
This is the Todd Ortloff Show on News Radio KONP.
Step into Spoon Bar Suites in downtown Squim, where everything feels just a little more magical. Their hand-scooped milkshakes are pure happiness in a cup, but the bakery case? Oh, that's where the love lives. Cookies that melt in your mouth, golden pastries, and cupcakes topped with clouds of frosting, all baked in-house with a whole lot of heart. Sit and relax inside with a cup of Rain Shadow coffee. Spoon Bar Suites, bringing a little extra sugar to your day every day.
Welcome to Volunteer Spotlight, presented by Jim Hegwood, Port Angeles Realty. With me are members of the Community Emergency Response Team.
Hi, I'm Mac McDonald. I'm an emergency management first responder, and I'm here with geology professor Dan May from Peninsula College. We're all working together to keep Clallam County prepared for a major Cascadia earthquake because there will be a whole lot of shaking going on.
It's not if, but when we'll have a major geologic event. Will you be ready? Keep in mind there's a 33% chance of a big earthquake happening anytime in the next 50 years. That means massive destruction will occur. Don't be scared. Be prepared.
Search online, CERT Clallam County for preparation resources. That's CERT, which means Community Emergency Response Teams, or find CERT brochures at your local fire station.
Hey everyone, Todd here at Price Ford, and I'm excited to announce the end of the year is coming, and we want to finish the year with a bang. How that benefits you is we've come out with 0 down, 0%, and no payments for 90 days. That's 000 on select new vehicles. Now, if that's not enough, we here at Price Ford have decided, since we have almost 100 pre-owned vehicles in inventory, which is the largest selection in the entire area, that we are going to drastically reduce most of our prices. Help us end the year with a bang, and hurry down to Price Ford Highway 101 next to Walmart in Port Angeles.
Our Santa Loves a Smart Top event is here. Treat yourself to the best present of all, a hot tub from Olympic. Save up to $4,800 on your new tub with an amazing smart top for free. Ends Christmas Eve. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
The toy section at Swain's is filled with unique things you won't find just anywhere. During the Christmas sale, find cat trucks and equipment toys, perfect for your little builders to inspire creative play, all at 20% off. Neato super soft, stretchy dough-filled sensory toys, all 25% off. Retro Game Box video games for only $17.87, and Palm Pals, palm-sized plushies for just $3.87, all at Swain's Christmas sale.
Dear Santa, my mom says I'm a good helper, but you didn't come last year. I just really hope this year when I wake up, I'm gonna see that you came to my house too.
Donate today.
Finally this afternoon, Merriam-Webster's word of the year, slop. ABC's Brad Milkey with some sloppy details.
Every year, Merriam-Webster's dictionary issues a word of the year, something that's being used more and more often, and something that kind of encapsulates what our ever-evolving society is experiencing. Well, this year's word is slop. No, not like pig slop. Well, not exactly.
Slop was first used in the 1700s to mean soft mud. That's how I knew it, but it has evolved to something of little value.
The reason so many people are using the word slop lately is because of what we're seeing online. Low-quality, AI-generated content, often called AI slop. If you're totally lost right now, don't worry, I got you. So earlier this year, there was a video circulating of this adorable bear, seemingly caught on surveillance footage, bouncing on a backyard trampoline. This video was fake. It was generated with an artificial intelligence video program. But the bear was cute, it was convincing enough, so it went viral. Well, then it happened again. This time with cute fake bunnies on a trampoline. Suddenly, there's a whole genre for this stuff. And that's what makes it AI slop. For years, you've had humans sitting around thinking to themselves, what will social media algorithms pick up on? What can I make that will be popular? For example, you see a story blowing up about football star Peyton Manning doing something nice for someone. They create a copycat article. Well, the difference now is you don't even have to write something yourself. You just feed a prompt into programs like ChatGPT, and you can create hundreds of articles a day until something hits, which is why this year, the fact-checking website Snopes identified no less than 9 completely fake articles about Peyton Manning's generosity. Just computer programs guessing what you might like to look at, whether it's true or not. These stories quickly make their way to platforms like TikTok, where they're voiced by computer-generated voices.
Well, in a gesture of humility beyond comprehension, here's how Peyton Manning is winning over the fans yet again.
And as you can tell, the copy is often not well written because that's not the point. The point is that it is cheaper and easier to get a computer to write something false than for a human to take the time to write something true. Like lately, when someone's in the news, you'll notice that online bookstores are suddenly full of hastily assembled biographies of that person. That is AI slop. It's invaded the literary world, the music world.
After making an undeniable mark on the industry, Timbaland has his eyes set on a new horizon, artificial intelligence.
And the photography world. When someone posts a photo online of thousands of cars carrying American flags on an interstate and says, why don't photos like this ever go viral? It's because they don't. That photo's not real. Which makes me wonder, when we're all consuming AI slop, how does that affect the rest of us humans? A study from Germany earlier this year suggested that large language models could influence how real people talk to each other. AI systems seem to overuse certain words like delve. We're going to delve into this topic. Well, quickly, words like this have started being used in real humans' writing samples. So if you hear me saying delve over and over, maybe it's because I've been watching too many AI-generated videos. But others say humanity is not quite cooked just yet. Some language experts say the fact that we have labeled this phenomenon, the fact that so many people call it slop, the fact that it's getting its own new dictionary entry means humans can and do tell the difference. We still value creativity. We still crave good storytelling, and we appreciate a good turn of phrase, even if the stuff on our screens has reached a new trough.
This is the Todd Ortloff Show on Newsradio KONP.
Looking for the next place to call home? Come tour Lavender Meadows in Sequim. Beautiful, affordable homes for active 55-plus adults. Our modern, low-maintenance homes give you more time to enjoy life. More than a home, you'll enjoy community, active lifestyle, value, and security. We're confident you'll appreciate the modern amenities too. Come tour Lavender Meadows in Sequim or online at lavendermeadowsmhc.com.
Your community-minded friends at First Fed bring you the Community Corner, highlighting good things happening right here in our area.
The Clallam County Toys for Tots Toy Drive is on now. Drop off new and unwrapped toys throughout Clallam County, including right here at our studio, 721 East 1st Street in Port Angeles. With your help, Toys for Tots will bring the joy of Christmas and send a message of hope to children in our community who need it the most. The holidays continue to ring out as Sequim City Band presents Festive Flourishes. Come enjoy festive classics, carols, and celebrations of the season with music director Tyler Benedict and the Sequim City Band, Sunday, December 21st, 2 p.m. at Port Angeles High School. And don't miss family holiday jams throughout December with the Peninsula Community Youth Orchestra. Go to pcyo.kids for info.
Community Corner, presented by First Fed.
You know, the holidays remind us about what really matters. Gathering around warm meals, lending a hand to a neighbor, and giving back to the community we all call home. At Angelus Millwork, Hartnagel's, and Angelus Rentals, we believe the season of giving starts right here. And together with the Port Angeles Food Bank, we're helping to make sure no table sits empty this winter. To kick things off, Lumber Traders has donated $5,000 to help the Port Angeles Food Bank. And through the next 5 Saturdays, between November 22nd and December 20th, 5% of every purchase at any of our 3 stores will continue that support. As an employee-owned company, we know that when our community thrives, we all thrive. And if you'd like to give directly, or if you or someone you know needs food assistance, please visit their website at portangelesfoodbank.org. And remember, those 5 Saturdays, they're a chance to make shopping local even better. Visit lumbertraders.com for more info, and as always, we deeply appreciate you for shopping local and employee-owned.
At Olympic Peninsula Title, good old-fashioned customer service never goes out of style. We've been closing real estate transactions in Clallam County for over 40 years and have earned the repeat business of our customers because we treat people with respect, put the security of our customers' funds and information as priority number 1, and always provide service with a smile. When it's time to choose a title company to close your transaction, opt for Olympic Peninsula Title and see why we've been voted the best title company in Clallam County over and over again.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/125 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is coming soon, but your opportunity to be there starts now through an exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card. For a limited time, become a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card holder, and you will be eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America NA in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. Warrants reserved.
CVS Health supports people in the moments that matter, from picking up a prescription to connecting care. With nearly 5 million